Well, 6 months after Hurricane Ida, many families on Grand Isle are feeling forgotten.
The rebuilding process is still underway while some question what the future holds for the vulnerable island community.
In our initiative, Forecasting Our Future, WDSU reporter Harrison Golden teamed up with Chief Meteorologist Margaret Orr to examine what it'll take to protect this ever-eroding piece of our coastline.
I just came back and I cried. It was rough.
Hurricane Ida handed former teacher Richard Augustine his toughest test yet, hammering Grand Isle, the only hometown this 70-year-old has ever known. And while the storm spared his childhood house, which once doubled as a general store,
Head to our house from over there, and it just went through heck.
his slice of the sportsman's paradise still faces another test. And now he's on a mission to tell the world Grand Isle is worth saving.
I'm thinking if you open up the dictionary and look for the word resilient, you're gonna see the word Grand Isle in there.
Hey, you're on island time. You know, just relax, grab a drink.
Still, Kelly Scardino knows it won't be easy. She runs the Hurricane Hole restaurant. She's also lived here her whole life, but her kids aren't sure they will.
Hurricane Ida forced people to leave the island that maybe not would have left if Hurricane Ida wouldn't have hit. You know, some of them lost their homes and they couldn't afford to rebuild here.
What keeps her going are the images of rebuilding and the families that have worked to keep this place standing.
It's paradise.
Families like the Commerdells. David Commerdell is Grand Isle's mayor. His dad was mayor too. It took the island 5 months after the storm to finally get its power back. The mayor says what got him through was a higher power.
But all in all, you know, we climbing back slowly together. As long as there's one grain of sand to fly the American flag, we ain't going nowhere.
It'll always be worth saving to me. You know, I'm gonna fight for it as long as I'm here. You know, as long as I'm breathing, I'm gonna fight for this place. That's just, we have to. You know, I have to.
You know, people all over Grand Isle tell me life here in this remote oasis carries a certain poetry. And to keep that life going here on the island, they say it will take a very specific kind of science. Chief Meteorologist Margaret Orr continues with the work ahead.
You know, it is hard to fight Mother Nature. It seems like we've had one catastrophe after another hit Grand Isle. In fact, over the past 2 years, we have had 8 tropical systems impact the island, including Cat 3 Zeta and catastrophic Cat 4 Ida. Grand Isle's mayor fears the start of this hurricane season.
Those levees are busted, them 12 different spots that I have. A category 3 or 4 will just come right through Grand Isle, especially what we just passed Ida, it would cut the island in half. I mean, there's no more protection.
It's been a 70-year battle, starting with sediment being pumped onto the island to strengthen and widen it. The problem is Grand Isle is the front door to hurricanes along our coast. The Corps of Engineers spent about $65 million on the Gulf side of the island since 2008, and a lot of it went to building the Burrito Levee. That's basically water-resistant fabric filled with sand. This 13-foot Burrito Levee busted open during Hurricane Ida, and all of this sand washed away. Commerdell says it needs to be filled with clay, which bakes in the sun and becomes hard like cement.
While the damage on Grand Isle has been catastrophic, the Burrito Levee has been damaged. You know, I think without that feature having been on the island, things could have been, believe it or not, much, much worse for Grand Isle.
Unfortunately, the Burrito Levee was only designed to withstand a Cat 3 hurricane. Ida was a strong Cat 4. But the Burrito Levee can't even handle strong cold fronts. The problem is the navigation channel at Caminada Pass on the west side of Grand Isle. It's getting deeper, and increased wind and waves scour away the land. In an attempt to fight back, the Coastal Protection and Restoration Authority pumped millions of cubic yards of sand onto the west side last year to help rebuild about a mile of that beach. Thanks to this breakwater, all of those rocks, look at this land. All of this beach is new. And Mayor Carmadel wants a lot more breakwaters. The land is complements of the new breakwaters, big piles of rock that trap sand and build beach. There are 39 breakwaters in all around the island, but the mayor wants more.
Bottom line, it works. You'll never see me on the eastern side, never. You put 32 more segments like that, we can enjoy our beach, let the storms come through, put the clear inside the burrito levee, and turn around, and I guarantee we can protect our island.
He has another wish.
I would love to have a wall like Galveston.
The Corps of Engineers has $250 million earmarked for improvements to Grand Isle. Haas says it's time to rethink what has been done and what needs to be done.
I would not be surprised to see a future Grand Isle look very similar to what the mayor wants it to look like in terms of elevated homes, broader, bigger beaches, bigger dune system, burrito levees, and rocks across the front of that island.
Grand Isle is 7 miles long, about a mile and a quarter wide. It is only 7 feet high. It is the only inhabited island along the coast of Louisiana. There used to be another one, Last Island. It was destroyed by the hurricane of 1856. Grand Isle is the first line of defense against hurricanes. It is protecting our rapidly disappearing wetlands, and ultimately, it protects New Orleans. Grand Isle is important.